everyone. I'm gonna try a different type of a video today. I've been saying for a while now that I was gonna do a video and talk at the same time and explain what's going on, but I don't know, I never thought I was any good at it. So I had stuff recorded before and I just was watching it back and I said, nah, this is rubbish, nobody's gonna want to watch this. So, but look, we'll give it another go here now. This is a new tractor. You won't have seen this tractor before. It's a TM165, only after getting it this year. The 7810 is still there. Trying to concentrate at the same time because a bale could very easily end up down that hedge over there. But yeah, the 7810 is still there, but it's not in working order at the minute. Back in February, I came home from New Zealand early this year. I came home in February instead of, I usually come home in April after the maize, but I skipped the maize this year because I wanted to get home and I wanted to tidy up the Ford. So I started into it in February. I put a clutch in it, put a hydraulic pump into it. I was going to put a new turbo on it. I was putting 4 nearly brand new tyres, 4 new rims. And then I started into the cab. I started stripping the cab back. And to be honest, I'm kind of regretting that decision now, because you know, it was a lot worse and there was a lot more work involved once I started to pull it apart. So I had to get another tractor kind of to get me through the summer. So this is what I ended up with. The Sammy is still there as well, but it's if you've read the descriptions of previous videos about the Sammy, it's not been the most reliable piece of machinery I've ever bought. It's I bought it on the premise that the clutch was in need of some work, so I bought it and I brought it home and I split it and I did the clutch in it. The clutch was actually brand new. It was just some input shaft seals and it was leaking oil on top of the clutch, making it slip. So I fixed that, put it back together, and after I had that much fixed, I realized that there was absolutely no power in the tractor whatsoever. Like, it should be throwing out about 140 on the shaft, but I'd say it wouldn't have been thrown out any more than 90 or 100 anyway. So it's at the mechanics at the minute, and he took the whole engine asunder, he took all the pots off, and we were convinced it was the piston to the top of the head. That gap was not right and the compression was all wrong, but took it all apart anyway, and that wasn't actually the problem. So he put it all back together again, fixed a couple of the leaks. The pushrod tubes leak. Anybody that knows Sammys know that the pushrod tubes, they leak good on them. So we fixed all them small little things, and now he has half of the timing cover is off, and there's some specialist, Sammy specialist, is coming to have a look at it to see if he can retime the engine, because they're not your typical injector pump up at the front of the engine. They have like 2 individual injector pumps and they're bolted into the side of the engine block, and they're just a finicky setup. So I wasn't going touching any of that because you need dial gauges and everything to set them up, and I don't have any of that gear, so I left it off to them to sort that out. So that's where the Sammy is. So that's not running, and the Ford wasn't running, so we ended up with this tractor then, just to get me out of a hole for this summer. And this tractor has not been plain sailing either. I put about 40 hours onto it, and then I was on the slurry tanker one day and I was driving up a hill, not even a full tank of slurry on the back, an empty tank on the back of it, and just stopped dead in the middle of the road. it was the damper plate. The damper plate had given up. But luckily it was actually at a quiet time, so I got that done in my own time. I have videos took of doing that actually as well, if anybody be interested in seeing that. If anybody would be interested in workshop videos, let me know and I might stick one or two of them up, but I might just keep it to the tractor driving videos for the minute. So yeah, so I put the damper plate into it, and now you might see on the floor there's a bottle of LHM fluid. I think the brake seals are gone on it now, so I might have to take off the half axles and see if I need to put new seals into it or something, because I can't seem to keep them bled up. But other than them small few problems, like they sound like a big job, you know, brakes and damper plate, but you know, a couple of hours would do it, like, and if you're anyway mechanically minded, it's not that expensive to do them, you know. If you had to get a garage to do them, it would be quite dear. I have my two brothers there, they wanted to get out and use the drone today, so, well, I did ask them, but they were only meant to do it, like, so I'll stitch in some drone footage at the same time when I'm making this video. And yeah, I don't know what else to say really. I have to do the brakes, I've mentioned the damper plate, the Ford is asunder, the Sammy is took asunder. Other than that, it's fairly business as usual. I must say I am, other than its few problems, I am very happy with this tractor. It's got an unbelievable amount of power. The torque in it is just unbelievable. Like, it's driving the baler there in 540 economy. It's only doing maybe 1600 revs in the engine, and it's just some bear of a tractor, to be honest. Now it's on 650s and 540s. It's on the super steer axle, which, you know, people would kind of warn you away from them because they get worn, but they make it a really maneuverable tractor for the size of it. You know, if I was looking for another TM, I nearly would be trying to find another one that was super steer. I was nearly afraid this tractor was going to be like too big and awkward for me just for baling, because I'm so used to the Ford baling now. But this tractor is nearly handier again for turn and circle, and just I'm very happy with it now. I won't be making this a regular thing now, talking on the videos. I will be doing the usual setup of just taking videos and no talking, just showing the machinery, like, because that's what I was doing all along. That's how I started it, is because I only started it because that's the type of videos I used to like watching when I was younger. And everybody on their own channels, I just wanted to watch for the machinery, and everybody wouldn't stop talking, like, so I said, you know what, I'm going to start making a few videos now, and I'm just not going to do any talking. But yeah, it's funny how things change now, because I'm actually interested in what people are talking about now when I go to watch YouTube on my own. Like, would be interested in what other people are talking about. Let me know what you think of these videos, if it's something you want to see more of, or should I just leave it alone and go back to what I was doing before. Oh, close one. I was full sure that was going to go straight over. I must say it is a bad day at the office today. Only there half an hour ago I ran this tractor out of diesel just over there on, because it's, you know, it's at a bit of a slope here. I was filling that tractor up with diesel last night, and I just decided, I wonder how full this bulk tank is. So I looked into it, and it was very nearly empty, and this tractor was very nearly empty. So I rang the diesel crowd first thing in the morning, and they said we won't be able to get to you until 2 o'clock. And I says I won't make it till 2 o'clock. Well, don't block the baler away. Too much talk and not enough thinking. Yeah, so they weren't going to be able to come out to me, so I put the call in for a couple of cans to come out to the field, and the cans didn't make it to the field on time. So lost about an hour there trying to get this up and running again, but it's all well and good now. My poor turbo though, yeah, your turbo won't thank you for doing stuff like that. It's not very professional either to be running your tractor on diesel, I suppose, but it's on your own ground today, so yeah, it'll be a bit embarrassing if you were out and higher doing a job and farmer looking at you on your tractor stopped up, like. Yeah, but it is what it is, it happens. It's not the first time, it won't be the last. I might just throw this in here at the end of the video. You might notice that that window there has a nice crack in it. There's a bit of a funny story behind that. When I went to see this tractor, the man I was buying it from, he sat into it before me and just wanted to show me the way he drives it. So I sat into the passenger seat and we were driving down the road, and he was showing me around bits and pieces, and he said to me, the brakes are just done in this tractor fairly recently, they're very good. And then without saying anything else, he absolutely stood on the brakes, and I was sent flying forward into the front window, and my knee went straight into that window. So that's how that ended up like that. And I suppose it wasn't a case of you break it, you buy it. Your man was actually very cool about it, but I did feel bad over it, like, but it wasn't my fault, but I still did feel bad over it. But I actually did leave the tractor behind me the first day I went to look at it. I wasn't actually too gone on it, and then I travelled all of Munster. I went to Cork, Tipperary, Kerry. I went all over Limerick. I went to Limerick. I went all over the place. I looked at about 5 or 6 of them, all TMs or 8360s or another TM165, and I looked at a good shot of them anyway. And the more of them I looked at, the more I started to realise that the first tractor I went to look at, which was this one, it wasn't actually bad value, and it wasn't actually in too bad a condition. But I had to go around and see all the other ones to realise that. But yeah, so I rang your man up then afterwards and offered him some money, and he took it. So yeah, that's how this tractor ended up here. He was using it to drive Fusion 1. That's what this tractor was doing before I had it. It was down in Killarney or Tralee or someplace. Yeah, your man was getting out of bail and contract, and he'd had enough of it. There was more money in the day job, he said. So yeah, I can kind of see that myself. the margin in it is very tight. But yeah, that's a topic of discussion for another video maybe. I'll leave this video here. I know I said I was going to leave this video here already, but I started to ramble away again unbeknownst to myself. Yeah. Right, so